Welcome to the Jerry Graves channel. The channel talks about narcissism, and I want to go ahead and jump straight into the topic. But first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Today, we're going to talk about low-quality people, and this has a lot to do with narcissism because a lot of people are of low quality, and they will have narcissistic traits. And it's one of those things where it can be confusing. It feels like, oh, everybody's a narcissist, but there's a difference between low quality people and narcissists, and I'm going to tell you what the difference is in this video and how to protect yourself from both of these jokers. Alright, so the difference between a narcissist and a low quality person is a narcissist doesn't have empathy like across the board, has very low empathy in every situation, and 100% of the time they're always looking for people to target and to abuse and to bring in and victimize and do it over and over again and draw supply from. And there's just other things that you can do as far as classifying them. There's a lot of different things, but just for a short synopsis of what a narcissist is, or summary of what they are, that's basically kind of what they are. But a low quality person is a person that's basically, they just don't do the right thing even when they know they're supposed to do it. There's a lot of people that do this. Almost everybody does this. Pretty much everybody does this. So nobody's really of the quality that they're supposed to be. Like if you really measured up to what you're supposed to be, like you fall short of that, and that's just how it is. And we should all be working on that. There's a lot of people who don't work on that at all, though, and they basically mistreat people, on a day-to-day basis. And it's for they'll if they're a low quality person, they'll mistreat somebody just because other people are doing it, or if you don't meet a standard that they have, they think of you as weird, or there's something weird about how you look. The shape of your ears, they just, for some reason, your ears, or even your skin color, or pretty much anything. It could be anything. They decide to mistreat you, based on that, and based on their level of power in comparison to yours. Usually a low quality person won't mistreat anyone if the person is more powerful or even equal to them in power, because that too, people don't really want to be in that type of struggle. So, and usually a struggle with somebody equal in power is just going to end up in a lose-lose position, so they choose people that are less powerful, and then they apply like standards that really aren't fair, and they begin to mistreat them. And just in general, like a lot of the things about them, they've been trained to be, more violent, from watching the media, and just they have a lot of flaws that they shouldn't have. But the main thing that they do is that they know they shouldn't do certain things to people, and they do it anyway. And then you, as the victim or somebody watching it, you get confused because you thought people were better than that, or we're all a little bit naive to how bad people can be and how bad people really are. And that's part of the reason why narcissism works so well. Is just people, it's a surprising thing, especially like somebody in your family or somebody you really trusted. But we have a certain level of trust of society, and we expect people to be, like us, or like just a little bit better than they are, and they completely don't measure up to that. And it might seem that way because, again, it's more of a power thing when the person doesn't do it. Like sometimes people do the right thing, and then sometimes they're doing the right thing because of power. And you don't really understand that because you're not thinking about power all the time, but you just think that they should be doing this thing, and they're doing the thing that they should be doing, so it just goes by underneath your your radar, but really they only did the right thing because they couldn't do anything else, because they would be punished by that person or by society if they were to do the wrong thing. And that's not the same thing as being a high quality person. A high quality person does the right thing all of the time. They don't falter. They don't do bad stuff to people just because they can get away with it, or just because this person's weak. And so that's basically the difference, and that's the reason why it feels like everybody, everywhere you go, there's narcissists, there's all this mistreatment. It's low quality people. As far as dealing with these types of people, the first thing you need to do is learn how to empower yourself in every type of way, whether it's physical, uh, financial, just every kind of way that you can, so that people don't choose you for a fight. Just in general, you know what I mean? And that's always first, because the second thing is making sure that you pass more people's standards. Figure out if you're the type of person that gets picked on. You got to get in the mirror, you got to film yourself, you got to do everything that you can to make sure that you understand what it is that they're looking at. But that always has to come second. The first thing is always stop them, and you have to stop them with power, and by gaining power, and that's always the core strategy. And so that's how it's done. Never get into the position where you're sitting around hoping that this person will treat you right and things like that. You never want to be in that type of powerless position. You are always trying to gain power. That is the adult thing to do. And it doesn't matter how you do it. It could be you being more political. It could be you gaining physical power, so people don't even want to go down that route with you. Any way that you can, you gain power. And that's what being an adult is. There's a lot of people, we grow up and we never learn that lesson, that and we end up in these positions where we're always hoping that people treat you right, hoping this and hoping that, and getting depressed and stopping, sometimes trying, but then getting depressed. It's like it's a nonstop grind for your power, so that you're never in that position. It doesn't matter. That's what it is. A powerful person, it doesn't matter what the other people are thinking about you. The less powerful you are, the more you have to try to fit other people's standards. And it sounds bad, but you need to kind of do that a little bit. But really, you want to be so powerful that it doesn't even matter. But a lot of people, it's going to take a long time to get there. So you do want to do both. If you can just become powerful like that overnight, then you can be like, oh no, I'm not going to ever fit anybody's standards. Oh, I'm perfect the way I am. Like that doesn't work. Like in reality, you have to kind of do that until you have the power. So basically, it's a balancing act. But thinking that you don't have to do any of this stuff, you don't have to fit anybody's standards, and you're going to just get by like that, and you don't have all the power that you need to do that, is a recipe for you to be harmed. Like, people do very nasty things to people like that. And also, people do very nasty things to people who are just hopers. The victims who just sit there and hope. They get the worst of it. And with that being said, I'm going to make sure I'm posting every day. I'm going to post every day, multiple times a day, and really bring the content that you want. I have a question for you guys. What do you want to see? Post that down below, and make sure you guys leave a like and a comment and subscribe. You know how it is. But I'm gonna be posting a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? It's that time again. It's time to ball again. It's just time to ball again. And I'm gonna post. I'm gonna have a website coming, so I can really break it down, and I got a lot of stuff coming for you guys. There's gonna be a lot of content on that, and it's it just is what it is. It's a wonderful time to take on narcissists, I guess.